Such a physical league and coming off a real physical game, and we got back, didn't get to bed till probably like 4 or 5 a.m. most everybody, and so was proud of our effort. Thought we rebounded the ball well. Thought we really shared the ball well with 16 assists, and thought San Jose did a really good job. Being down a lot of players, they played hard the whole game, and credit them. They didn't play. They weren't as deep as they usually are, and they didn't get tired. The last 5 minutes. So credit them for how they played.
Yeah, what was the key in that run? It was kind of late first half. You guys went on a pretty nice run there. What were you seeing that you really liked?
Our defense. I thought Makai did a great job. Getting in some passing angles. Jaden did a really good job getting his hand on some balls, getting us out in transition. So it definitely started there with the defense. And then, Dusty made some shots. He made 4 threes in the first half, and some of those against the zone, really helped us and kept our momentum going.
Yeah, how great is it to see him make some? Have you had any conversations directly with him, or what has that process been like?
He's an excellent shooter. I think it's just him getting in rhythm and getting comfortable and seeing a few go through the net. So it was fun after those first couple went through. You could see his rhythm starting to come. And unfortunately, he turned his ankle there in the second half, or he would have played more. So that was unfortunate because he was having his best game of the year.
Coach, it feels like every game you see kind of this progression with FA. 14 points. I think he had 6 or 7 rebounds tonight. What can you say about how much you've seen over the last less than 2 months?
Yeah, it's been such a adjustment for him coming from overseas to here. Just practice style, physicality, just language barrier, just different food, different culture, a lot of different things. And so, I think the more he's here, obviously, the more comfortable he gets in a lot of areas. And then just learning the American style of basketball is a little bit different than what he's used to playing. So he's as you see very talented. Can do a lot of things. He moves well for his size. So it's fun to see him progress. As the season has been moving on.
Seemed like the team got a little complacent right at the end of the game. Left San Jose State went on a little 7-0 spurt to end the game. Is that just a little you kind of mentioned the hard fought tough game, got home late. Was there any conversation about that, or?
No, the one thing in this league, if guys are hurt, there's other guys that are really good that can step up and credit Roseboro Bell. They made a lot of shots. Roseboro made a lot of shots in that run there. We lost them on a flare screen and I think they had a breakaway layup or something too. And we had some careless turnovers that they did a good job getting their hands on balls that we needed to complete some passes to each other. But I was proud of our guys. We regained it back, got it back up after that.
Can you talk about Nana? I thought Boise, he was insane. He was incredible. Tonight, I don't know what would have to happen to keep him off the floor. 11 rebounds, a few steals. Can you just talk about him and just his willingness to do all the little things?
Yeah, his rebounding is just, it's so fun to watch how tenacious he is going the ball. That one possession was incredible where he got it on one side and someone shot a 3, ran all the way to the other side, and got a second rebound. Remarkable the effort, that he was given, on the glass. And he brings, an intensity to our team that we really need. And so, he's been logging a lot of minutes. So, it was, he sprained his ankle, so thankfully he could come back. But, he's another one, obviously, we're going to have to monitor the next couple days.
Yeah, is there any concern, him, Dusty? I know FA is questionable on the report. Are there any concerns about anything long-term?
No, we hope not. After this, I'll go check, but I hope not. They all should be fine, as I know. But, obviously, as season goes on, you get bumps and bruises, you get strains, sprains, all types of things. And, that's why having good athletic trainers and medical staff is so important.
Is there any concern about the turnovers? It seems like the last couple games, obviously, Mountain West, really difficult kind of games in and out. Going into this very tough stretch, New Mexico, Utah State, San Diego State, very, very difficult games, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Yeah.
14 turnovers tonight against a shorthanded San Jose State team. Is that something you guys are going to work on going forward?
Yeah, we've worked on it all year. It'll be very hard to win, 14. If you get up to, 16, 17, 18, it makes it really hard. And so we've got some really good games. We've been, 11, we've been 9, we've been under. We had some passes that that I'm sure our guys wish they had back that we need to complete and make better decisions, moving forward.
quick look forward to Tuesday. In any of your previous stops, have you coached in the pit before? Will this be?
Yes, I have. Yeah, one time.
Yeah, I mean, what do you remember about it? And talk about the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, well, first you got altitude, so that's always an issue. When you go to altitude, and then they have a tremendous fan base. That's great, and then they're really well coached. They have a really good team. So you add all those things, definitely makes for a hard road game. And so we'll have to hopefully get as fresh as we can the next 2 days, another short turnaround, and hopefully be at our fullest and get as healthy as we can.
Want to know in the Lavenders, are we going to see him again?
Yeah, we hope so. We like him. I think we'll to get feedback and see what the Havocs and everybody thought from him. What'd you guys all think?
Fantastic.
You liked him?
I'm a big fan.
You liked him? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Then I'm sure we'll probably wear him again.
Coach, who do you think is going to make the ball throw up the ramp of the pit?
Who's gonna? Oh, I don't know. It's a good question. I'm sure one of our coaches will probably try to grab it and try it at some point. Yeah.
Maybe Dennis with the long arms.
Yeah, maybe Dennis. He can get halfway there.